a clone of it that, to me, sometimes I like it even better than the OG, which is crazy. But that is... All right, y'all, welcome back to Wear the Smith. If this is your first time here, my name is Ak, and what I do here essentially is review some of the most popular fragrances, whether it's niche, designer, independent, even clones, and determine in my estimation if they deserve flowers or we launch a smear campaigns. So if you're interested in that, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, leave a comment. Don't worry, it's a safe space. Today we're going to talk about clones. You know, a lot of people, some people are for it, some people aren't. I'm not really, I'm kind of bougie, not a lot, but there's some things I'm bougie about. Like, I'd rather have a cappuccino than a regular coffee. I'd rather have a croissant than a regular roll. I'd rather drive a Mercedes than a Toyota. There's just certain things I'm bougie about. And sometimes that includes original OG fragrances. Like, I don't mind spending the money, spending a lot of money sometimes. I spend $400 or $500 on bottles of colognes, whatever, if to me it's worth it. However, being that I buy so many colognes, there's times I came across some clones, some dupes that are amazing, and some not very much. But today we're going to talk about some of the dupes that I have in my collection and whether I think they're worth it or just you should just throw them away, right? So we're going to jump right into it, right? One of the most I think clones that got a lot of love that some people don't even realize it's a clone, because this house typically does, I think all of their colognes are dupes or clones of other popular fragrances, and they do such a good job as far as packaging and just the overall everything about what they do as far as the atomizer and everything goes. They do such a great job that most people don't know they clones and stuff, right? So that company I'm talking about is Game of Spades, right? And one of the most popular one of all of them is called Wildcard. This right here is amazing. Probably the biggest one on their line at this point. There's probably some others that people like, but this one right here is probably the most one that you see. When people buy this brand, they usually buy this. The atomizer is amazing. I love it. And although it smells amazing, it is actually a clone of Bond Number 9 Lafayette Street, right? And to me, this one does such a great job. Now, don't get me wrong. Lafayette Street it smells a little richer. You can tell the difference. But once this dries down, you put this on, you really aren't going to be able to tell the difference. So to me, Game of Spades Wildcard is one of the best ones, right? So I definitely recommend getting this one. This is fire. I ain't gonna lie. The next one that gets a lot of hype because it come close. Like, listen, we all know Creed Aventus is probably the most cloned fragrance of all time. Because this one is so amazing. That pineapple note, this is legendary. And we could talk about Creed Aventus forever, but we're not going to do that. But over the years, it came so many clones and versions of Creed Aventus that it became redundant, and not all of them, although they might have came close to it, not all of them really hit the mark until Club de Nuit Intense Man came through. And this one right here, I'm not gonna lie, this one right here hit the nail, and this one right here did it. I'm not gonna lie. Out of all the clones and all the dupes of Creed Aventus, if you don't want to pay that $400, $350 for a bottle of Creed Aventus, which I understand, trust me, I understand. This is probably your best bet because it smells, I would say 95 to 93% as much as it smells just like Aventus, right? And the price, you're not going to have to pay that much for it. But the people who don't really know fragrances and you spray this on, they're going to love, you're going to get a bunch of compliments from this, right? People who never even smell Aventus are going to give you compliments. It projects, it lasts long. This right here is amazing, amazing, amazing job. So I got to give it to them. Armaf, the company that does this, did an amazing job. at duping one of the most popular fragrances out there, Creed Aventus. So I got to give them their flowers. This one, if you're going to get a clone of Aventus, this is the one to get, bro. I'm not going to lie. This is amazing. The intense version, definitely. All right. The next one, I want to go with actually a fragrance that I hate. Late and exclusive by Parfums de Marly. I really dislike this. I blind bought it, and I never wear it because they took what I loved about Late and they add animalic notes to it that turned me totally off from it. So I never wear this, right? Because you can smell like people like this, right? Because it is rich, it lasts long, it projects. You know what I'm saying? If you're into that type of notes, you're gonna love this, right? However, I came across a dupe of it, Miraj Absolu, that I actually like. Has the same scents, same notes that the Late and Exclusive has. However, it's kind of toned down a little bit, right? So it's not as strong, it's not as animalic. So I actually like it. I feel like this is what Late and Exclusive should smell like. I really do. Miraj Absolu. So if you happen to be one of them people that like Late and Exclusive, go ahead, and you don't want to spend that $400, $350 for it, go ahead and get Miraj Absolu. It's a toned down version of it, so it's not as animalic, but it's amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really like this scent way more than Late and Exclusive. So Miraj Absolu, definitely. This is definitely one of them. All right. I already made a video about this, and I love it because it's crazy. This is a clone of one of the most popular Parfums de Marly is Altair, right? But to me, when I first met Altair, I didn't really like it. It didn't resonate with me. But when I smelled the clone, Liquid Bloom to me is a great gourmand scent. It's sweet. It's got like a caramel. It just smells amazing to me. Definitely a winter scent. But if you don't want to spend all that money on Parfums de Marly Altair, this is definitely one. You're going to get it for $35, $40 on discount site. So I definitely highly rate Liquid Bloom. I'm a fan of this. I wear it all the time. Definitely like this. All right. So yeah, Liquid Bloom by French Avenue. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay. What else? Now, here's one I don't like. All right. Louis Vuitton. Everybody glazes over Imagination, right? And Imagination is okay. It's a black tea scent. But my favorite Louis Vuitton is Meteore. I love that. It's a fresh scent. I love it, right? So a lot of people ask me what clones, because, you know, LV don't go on sale. You're going to pay $400 for them bottles, whatever you buy, $350, $400, you're going to pay. So a lot of people ask me if I came across any clones for Meteore. And for a long time, I couldn't until I found one from Game of Spades. And I gotta admit, although it smells a little like Meteore, it just has like a cleaning smell. Like you just got finished cleaning your kitchen or their bathroom. It just got a scent like that. So if you want to go somewhere and you want people to know that you clean your house, put this on, because that's the vibes it gives me. It actually gives me a headache, and it kind of makes me not like Meteore for some reason, which is weird because I love Meteore. But I think, you know, Game of Spades usually does an amazing job at dupes, but I think they could have kept this one. I'm not gonna lie. This one, double bonus. That's the name of it. If you like Meteore like I do, and you kind of want something that's close to it for a lot cheaper, you might want to give us a try. But for me, I think they could have kept this one. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm not gonna give this a high regard on this one. Game of Spades, double bonus. Y'all probably could have kept this one, right? I'm not a fan. All right. Now, one that I am a fan of from Game of Spades is Game of Spades Rouge. Now, this one right here smells exactly like Baccarat. Exactly like Baccarat Rouge, right? So much so that anytime I wear this, people know it's Baccarat, but it ain't Baccarat. It projects. It smells amazing. Nobody would know that you won't have Baccarat on. This is definitely a game changer. If you don't want to pay that $500 for a bottle of Baccarat, Game of Spades Rouge is where it's at. I'm not going to lie to you. I love this scent. Matter of fact, because I feel like smelling like that today. This is amazing. They did a masterful job on this one. So the credit I took away from them for the double bonus, the Meteore dupe, I'm going to give them all that back with the game of Spades with the Rouge. They did a tremendous job. This one's amazing. All right. Okay. Now, a bar number 9 scent that I love so much, New York Nights, one of my favorite scents. I love this. So another house that I feel like doesn't get a lot of credit, but they do great jobs on clones is Layl. Amazing brand. They do great jobs. And for this, what they did for, oh man, for what they did at New York Nights, they probably, I want to say 90%, right? You put this on, it's a little bit lighter than New York Nights. It's a little bit lighter, a little fresher, but it does the job. You put this on, average person gonna think you're wearing New York Nights. This is an amazing scent. I love it. Sometimes I like to wear this. I might layer them. I might put this on and put bar number 9 New York Nights on. But if I just want to conserve my bottle and I just really want to give people New York Nights without giving them New York Nights, I'm definitely going with this one right here, the Layl. I don't even know the name of it, but if you go on their site, it tells you what it's inspired by. You'll see New York Nights. I got to get the name of it. I might put it in the description. I might actually, that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to put all the, in the description, I'm going to put where you can find these at, you know what I'm saying, for cheaper and all that. And I'm going to put a link in the bio. So check that out when you get a chance. But this is, Layl did an amazing job duping New York Nights. Fire. I can't even lie. Now, Sauvage Elixir. I have a love and hate relationship with this. Sometimes I love it when I don't overspray it. Sometimes I don't like it because it gives me a headache. It depends what kind of mood I'm in. But, you know, Sauvage Elixir is one of them, you know what I'm saying, it's polarizing. A lot of people like it, some people don't. It's a good scent, like I said, if you don't spray it too much. But if you want something that's like that, just similar to it, but isn't as strong, isn't as headache inducing, you might want to go with Enigma, whatever you want to call it. This is a toned down version, just as spicy, smells just like it. It's just toned down, so it doesn't give you, it's not as strong as Sauvage Elixir. So they did a good job with this. I barely wear it, but sometimes I'll be in the mood and people compliment from it. So yeah, Enigma no, this is definitely a good. I'm not saying it's a 1-on-1, but I say it's close to between 89 to 93% of Sauvage Elixir, just a toned down version. So we're gonna go with that. Last but not least is probably one of my favorite cologne dupes. But this is not only one of my favorite colognes. One of my favorite colognes that it's inspired by is Greenwich Village. At first, I wasn't really a big fan of Greenwich Village, and then, I don't know, I just came around to it. It's amazing smell. This is probably my top 3 fragrance in my whole collection, and I got a lot, right? So I paid, and you could get this right now for a decent price compared to when it first came out. But let me tell you, right? See, a clone of it that, to me, sometimes I like it even better than the OG, which is crazy. But that is Zakat Z9, right? This right here, it's like a fresher version of Greenwich Village. It projects, it lasts forever. I'm trying to tell you, this is 10, 12 hours on your skin and clothes. You're gonna smell this. I love it. Zakat Z9. If you're a Greenwich Village fan, and you can always tell from the fragrance reviewers who not from New York, because they always say Greenwich. That annoys the hell out of me. Whatever, they don't know. It's Greenwich Village. But if you like Greenwich Village, but you don't want to pay the price for it, which I'm not mad at you, but even though you could probably get it for cheaper, Zakat Z9, you can probably get this on Amazon. Anywhere you can get this. This is amazing, right? So that's the thing. It depends what type of person you are. If you don't really care about having the OGs and spending all that money just to say you have them, there's a bunch of clones out there that do the same thing for a fraction of the price. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and knock yourself out, because you could build your cologne collection massively, very quickly with some great clones, right? So there you have it, y'all. Like I said, I'm a list of all the clones in the bio, so you could go and find them yourself. And that's what we're gonna have today. And I'll see y'all in the next video, y'all. Peace.